guys, hello. Welcome to the day one of the 10 days of DevOps challenge. We are at the day 41 of the 100 days of challenge, where we will learn about how to write a Docker file, which is the most important part of being a DevOps engineer. Correct. So we are at day 41, and I have already started the task of writing a Docker file. Here I will help you to learn about how to write a Docker file from the scratch. So don't worry. See, if you just copy a repository which are floating all over the internet, you can not get even the idea what is a Docker file and how to write it. Here I will help you to learn step by step how to tackle a problem. Suppose if your manager says you have to write, hey Nikhil, you have to write it, you have to just you know make this application running in a prod, and you have to write a Docker file for this, which should be a prod or a development environment ready. Then what you will do, you cannot copy those repositories which are floating over all in the internet. You have to come to my video and you have to learn about this, actually how to write a Docker file. So without wasting much more time, let's tackle this complete problem. Shit. Let's see what they are saying and how we can introduce our Docker file to it. So yeah, firstly what we have to do it. As per recent requirement shared by just okay. So as per recent requirement shared by the Nautilus team, they need a custom image created for one of their project. Several of the initial testing requirements are already being shared with the DevOps team. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to create a Docker file inside this. Remember this. Inside this directory, we have to create a Docker file. Please keep the capital of Docker file. Oh my God, they are forcing us to do whatever is okay for them. So, but therefore we have to create a Docker file. This for path on app server 3. Most important, we have to log into app server 3. Instead of GSM, we have to configure to build an image with the following requirement. Firstly, we have to use ubuntu 24.04. It is the latest ubuntu image as the base image. And we have to install Apache 2 and configure it on 3001 port. Guys, if you have followed me and watched the day 40 challenge, this is exactly what we have already done. So here our main focus will be how to write a Docker file. So without wasting the time, let's first connect to our app server 3. Let's see the credentials of app server 3. This is the password. Write a group in the chat if you are just log into the app server 1 and 1 go. Just log in as a root. Again, let's put a password. Boom in the chat. We are logged in as a root user. Okay. So let's check the status, that is the Docker is installed or running or not. Yes, Docker is installed and is successfully running. Let's quit this. Let's clear this. Clear. Now what we have to do, we have to create a Docker file and opt docker document. So Docker D is so small. So let's create a directory. Name this. Let's create a path inside opt inside Docker. Let's create this path. Since we have already now, since we created this path, let's go inside this. Okay, so we are inside our opt Docker. Inside this, we have to create what if, like if you want to check the present solution, another git command. And oh sorry, another Linux command which you can use pwd present working directory, check your present working directory by using this command. So we are successfully inside our opt docker. Now here we have to create our docker file. So to create our docker file, what we have to do, vi docker file. Correct. Everything looks correct. Let's enter this and let's start writing our docker file. See, every docker file has these 3-4 values which I will be writing over here. First of all is from. From contains all the tags from which where we are taking the base image. After this run, what all are the commands which we need to run? Maybe some installation we need, we can run it. We can make it using run this. And if you want some configuration changes or what are all the commands which we have to run inside this image or container, we can write in this. After this, what we can do, we can write expose. Since here is the requirement to expose the port 3001, you can expose any port. If you're working on Apache 80 or any port, nginx, you can expose port 80 for this. And finally, we can use CMD. CMD is that what we have to run this. What all are the things? See, there are many commands. See, developer guys, if you talk about a Python application, how you run the Python application? You write Python. Yes, correct. Py, or suppose app.py is the file which we have to run Python app.py or py app.py. This is the command which we use to run the application finally. Okay. And like if you want to run a Node.js application, suppose how you will run. Correct. npm start. First we have to install all node modules packages and then npm start. npm, yeah, correct. And yes, npm start by using npm start we can run the application of Node.js. So likewise, we need this CMD to run the Dockerfile application which is exposed. So what we will write here one by one, let me understand. Inside I will write from instructing Dockerfile to take an image from this ubuntu 24.04, and what we have to do after successfully running from, we have to run this command apt get update. After taking this image, we have to run an update. We have to run first the command apt update so that it will run and install the latest files in the container. And then after that, we have to install Apache service as already given. We have to install Apache 2 and configure it on 3001 port. First, let's look only on this. We have to install Apache 2 and configure it. So we have installed the Apache 2, given as a yes. Now we have already told us to listen the Apache on port 3001. Correct. So we will, what is the use of this? I will write a magic command for this, and you have to tell me what is the use of that in a particular scenario. So the magic command is again, why is not here? Again I will write run, sorry, this is the magic command, sorry. What this magic command will do, just tell me. Oh my god. issues, no issues. Just a second. Let's go this is again run apt get update. Just guys tell me what this command will do. I am challenging you all how most of you will fail in this. Just tell me. See, I will explain you what is the use of this run sedi. This what it will do. See, the purpose of this command is to modify the Apache's default port from 80 to 804. See, Apache default port is 80. If you know, if you are with me in our day 40, if you not just watch the day 40 challenge and then come back here. So Apache's default configuration port is 80. So we are currently changing that 80 port to listen to 3001. Is it? This is what given as we have to configure it to work on 3001 port. So we have to, since we are configuring it. So SED is a stream editor. It's a Linux command line tool that is used to find, replace, insert, or delete. In this case, what we are doing, we are replacing this. What we have to find the text. We have to find where is listen 80. We can do it manually or we can do it in Dockerfile. I think Dockerfile is the best because we have already done this in manual way. We have to go inside this port file. We have to find this and we have to just change it, or you have to replace it with port 3001, and G means globally. Everywhere if you find listen 80, just change it with 3001. Any be the case 10,000, you have to change it with 3001. And doing this, after changing this, what we have to do is we have to expose that port to listen on port 3001. We have to expose port 3001. And now after this we have to start our Apache services by the command this cmd Apache 2 cdl. This you can find on the internet easily. It will run in the process Apache process on the foreground. You can see this actually. So we have already written our Docker file. I think everything is correct. And let's just save it and exit. Oh, sorry. Scroll. Save and exit. Done. We have saved and exit our Docker file. If you want, you can see the Docker file. If you want to read the Docker file, you can see everything looks correct. So what we have to do? Let's run this Docker file. Let's run this and build this Docker file from the tag. Is there any tag given to this? No, nothing is given. Okay, so let's write a Docker build -t. Let's give a tag, maybe custom. Let's give it as a tag as Apache and tag as test, which you call it correct. So yeah, we have started building our Docker image. Okay, so first tag is already done. Docker node is loaded. Now it's running apt get update and all the dependencies of Apache 2 is installing it. Okay, so apt after this what it will run? It will run sed so that the Apache 2 port service is listen on 3001. Solution is done. We'll run the CDI, listen to it has changed to here, writing an image, everything is we have successfully built the Docker image. If you go to see, just write Docker images, you can see the Apache test services which we have created. It has, this is the original repository from where we have taken and just build a this of this size 16 seconds. Write a boom in the chat if you are able to write a Docker file and was able to run this container using Dockerfile. Write a boom in the chat. So if we have already build this, let's run this. Currently see in after file docker ps, you can see nothing is there, no images is running. Let's run this docker. So for running, what we have to do, docker run -d means in a detach mode. We will run this in a detach mode. And if you want to expose port, what we have to do, we can expose the port number 3001, which is mapped with 3001 port. Okay, and what is the name of this? What is the name? Name is test is name. Name is, what was the name? This is the name Apache. This is the name Apache with the tag test. Let's run this container. What is the issue? Okay. Okay, so what I forgot actually is the docker run command is at least one argument. I think okay. I got it. In the Docker thinks that Apache test is the container name and it's not the image name. So that's why. So what we have to do? We have to do this. Docker run -d-b, everything was correct. Name was Apache test. This is the container name and the port name is, oh sorry, the image name is also the same, Apache test. So yes, now it will run definitely. Write a boom in the chat if you got this ID. This is your container ID. Yes guys, this is your container ID, and if you are seeing the process docker ps, write a boom in the chat guys again. Earlier before you didn't got anything. Now you can see container ID is this image. Apache test is running with this command and created 12 seconds ago. Status is 9 seconds ago, and it's running on the port 3001, which we have to do. Write a boom in the chat if you were able to run this Docker image. Please guys, write a boom in the chat and let's test it again. By doing this, sorry, no, this the port is 3001. Write a boom again. Write a 2 times boom in the chat if you were able to curl this complete repository, means a file. If you were able to do this again, write a boom in the chat. You all are amazing if you were able to do this task, guys. अपनी बीट ऐसे तक दबा दो. You all are amazing if you are able to do this task. This is one of the most trickiest and important tasks which we have to perform here. So I am 100% sure that this will run successfully and boom. Why it's taking so much time? Your result is coming. Your result is coming. Why it's taking so much time? After 20 seconds of checking, this complete image it has checked completely, whole, thoroughly, and write a boom in the chat if you were able to do this, guys. Write a boom in the chat if you were able to do this task. You all are amazing. Congratulations, you have successfully completed the challenge with me. कितना टाइम लिया भाई चेक करने में इसने मेरे को तो ऐसा ऐसा हो रहा था and we are able to maintain our 3 days streak with this and we have successfully completed the day 41 challenge of writing a docker file with this. We will be meeting tomorrow with our day 42 creating a Docker network where I will explain you again how many types of networks, how many types of Docker networks are there, overlay, bridge, everything. Everything I will explain you with every network which is possible and can be made and what are the advantage of those networks and why we follow a networking strategy in this Docker. So signing off from there. We will meet you tomorrow. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and press the bell icon to remain in this challenge with me. Take one day as a challenge, complete it, go to sleep, come back another day, and again take another day as a challenge. Do not forget to like it. So, ending the stream, we will meet tomorrow in day 42. We have already told you how to create a token network. I will explain you everything. Yeah. So, signing off from today, ending the stream in 3, 2, 1.